here on your election hub. Battle for Bharat with CNN News 18. Phase 4 polling today taking place midway point, the halfway point. Certainly by the end of today, more than half of the 543 Lok Sabha seats would have gone to polls. Today is interesting, particularly from the point of view of the southern fight. 25 in Andhra Pradesh, 17 in Telangana, 42 southern seats that are up for grabs today. And yes, a lot has changed in both of these states from last time around. So these are the catchment areas for the BJP. These are areas where the Congress is hoping for a revival on the back of some of the regional parties that have ruled the roost. But are they going to be maintaining their stranglehold or not remains to be seen. Let's talk about Telangana in detail first up. What are the factors really playing out? There are the poll guarantees by the Congress. They're riding high on their recent election victory in the assembly polls. They've made promises like free bus rides, there's power, there's schemes for farmers. And how will those poll guarantees pan out? There is some murmurs on ground that they've not really fulfilled some of these guarantees, or they're using that as leverage even for the national elections. So how will poll guarantees work out remains to be seen. Of course, we're also talking about the rise of the BJP here. The Modi factor is being pushed quite impressively actually for the BJP in southern states. And actually, unlike what people may say, Modi is a figure who people are talking about. There's really no animosity, as some hashtags initially were trying to suggest in most of South India. And there's actually, a lot of popularity that Prime Minister Narendra Modi enjoys in these states. Will it transfer to votes? But there is an absence of multiple regional parties, which is also giving a scope for the BJP. Like I said, the Congress has been on a decline in these two states especially. The BRS saw a reversal in the recent assembly elections. Will they maintain their vote share or come back in some ways? Will the Congress keep its revival? All up in the air. The BRS's footprint, that's exactly what I was talking about. Their popularity has dwindled since the last assembly polls. And one of the factors to gauge that, particularly in a state like Telangana, is who's going where. So actually BRS has lost a lot of its prominent leaders, even their sitting MPs, MLAs, they've jumped ship to the Congress or the BJP. That just gives you a sense of where the wind is blowing. So the contest is being seen as one between Congress and BJP actually in Telangana. Both are looking to touch the 10 mark. The KCR family is battling graft taint as well. This is going to be their existential battle. If they survive this test, they can hope to rebuild from here on. Of course, K. Kavita, KCR's daughter, in jail, mind you, on the Liquorgate scam taint. My colleague Swastika is also joining us. Swastika, this is a very interesting contest to watch out for in Hyderabad. Not only are there big names, including union ministers and others in fray, but overall, these Telangana national elections will give us a sense of where each party stands now.
Well, that's right. And if you look at Telangana elections, or for that matter, even the elections in United Andhra Pradesh, it's always been personality driven. Modi factor, because the BJP here has a lot of ground to cover. It's the Prime Minister's face on the bank of which the BJP is asking for votes here in Telangana. For BRS, interestingly, though the party right now may not be in its best form owing to its loss in the assembly elections and a huge migration of its existing leaders to Congress mainly, the KCR factor is something that cannot be ruled out, particularly in the areas where he has campaigned, because he's been drawing a huge crowd. And also, when it comes to BRS, KCR is the only face, at least right now, on the basis of which they're asking for some numbers to go in their favor as far as Lok Sabha elections are concerned. Still a tough contest for the BRS because they are starting off from the scratch. If you talk about the Congress, the face here is Revanth Reddy. And in fact, Revanth Reddy, who is confident of winning at least 14 of the 17 Lok Sabha seats, is seeking votes on the basis of his performance in the last 100 days, ever since the party has come to power in the state of Telangana on the basis of the 4 guarantees that have been rolled out. He's even gone on to say that it's a referendum as far as the Lok Sabha elections are concerned. That's why we've seen the Chief Minister here travel the length and breadth of not just Telangana but also campaign in Andhra, campaign in Kerala, campaign across the southern states. to boost the Congress's prospects in the south. And that's why I say, going back to the first point, it's going to be completely based on the personality fight that is happening across. Of course, like, cannot rule out Asaduddin Owaisi as well. We got a word from him some time ago, and he is also extremely confident, considering that Hyderabad as a constituency has been a bastion of the MIM since 1984. He himself has been representing that constituency since 2004. So definitely a tough fight for BJP candidate Madhavi Lata, but also should she be able to make some dent as far as Owaisi's vote percentage is concerned, then that too is going to be a big news point.
All right. Swastika, I'll keep coming back to you. My colleagues Neetu are also joining us from Andhra Pradesh. So, of course, Neetu is joining us from Vijayawada. Harish is live with us from Pulivendula in Andhra Pradesh. Interesting battles to watch out for. This is, of course, in the district where Revant Reddy, where YSR Jagan Mohan Reddy is going to want to play some key roles. But very interesting fights being witnessed, isn't it? Between cousins, between, siblings, between family members, between those who were party men or women together, now fighting differently. Harish, it's all happening as far as the Andhra Pradesh battle is concerned.
Well, absolutely. The Congress really hoping that Kadapa is one seat that they can win in Andhra Pradesh here. But let's remember, it's not an easy task for the Congress. All 7 MLAs here belong to the YSRCP. Apart from that, the Congress's traditional votes have eroded over the last few years, last decade or so, ever since Jagan formed YSRCP. And we've seen him win with a huge margin. In fact, he got around 5 lakh votes in 2011 in that by-election. Later on, his cousin has managed to get around 3 lakh vote in 2019. So it's an uphill task for Sharmila, but Sharmila going on campaigning saying that it's a fight for justice, it's a fight against somebody who was perhaps named as an accused in the killing of her relative, her uncle here at Kadapa. And we've also seen the campaign talking about issues here. Sharmila constantly saying that this government has failed to ensure that the steel plant in Kadapa takes off, despite 3 different inaugurations that have happened over the last nearly 7 to 8 years, especially 2 under Jagan's tenure. She's saying that's a huge failure. She's also said that it's her father who contested on a Congress ticket, and now she's also contesting on the same symbol, trying to strike a chord. It's at the end of the day, it's not a fight between Sharmila and here in Kadapa, the YSRCP candidate here in Kadapa. It's more of a fight between Sharmila and Jagan Mohan Reddy. This is a fight for the legacy of YSR here. She's hoping that she can gain some votes and build a Congress party from here in Andhra Pradesh. Remember, they've been decimated ever since the death of YSRCP, and then further on the bifurcation that happened. They haven't had much in terms of vote share in Andhra Pradesh. They're hoping they can gain some, and Sharmila, who's been made the Andhra Pradesh Congress Committee chief, they are hoping can get that vote share here. At the same time, you can't rule out the alliance that's here, the BJP, the TDP and the Jansena alliance. They are saying that if it's a 3-way contest in Kadapa, we will also stand to gain here. At the same time, the YSRCP slightly worried, saying that if Congress gets stronger in Kadapa, the traditional minority vote that usually would go to Congress before YSRCP got formed, perhaps some chunk of it Sharmila might walk away with that. That's the worry for the YSRCP. But they're very confident that it won't dent their prospects in terms of winning this seat. They're saying we are more worried about looking at how much vote share we'll get and also the lead that we'll get. They're saying that's the focus right now. Just a while ago, we have seen Jagan Mohan Reddy voting. He said, if you're happy with the governance for the last 5 years, go ahead and vote for us. So he's been campaigning across Andhra Pradesh, his wife campaigning here in Pulivendula, as well as the larger Kadapa Lok Sabha constituency as well. So interesting fight here, fight for legacy here, fight for survival for the Congress and perhaps rebuilding as well. So multiple plots here in Andhra Pradesh, especially in the Kadapa Lok Sabha constituency.
Yeah, interestingly, the Congress wasn't even in contest here. It's YSRCP winning with a percentage of 63% votes. And then the TDP was second actually with 32. So,